Good time zone. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Hope I'm not blowing anybody's eardrums out. Still trying to get used to this headset I'm using. What's up? You hear me? Awesome. Good time zone, everybody. This is kind of blowing my eardrums out. Let me adjust that. Had to figure out where the buttons were. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit on my end. Let me go ahead and turn it down on this end a little bit. Good morning, good time zone to everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me recalibrate my VTuber. There we go. What's up? Hi. It's the appendixless Boston lobster. You're really gonna beat that into the ground, aren't you? How you doing? Oh, let me turn on some light over here. Shout out to Korok for the new light. He's amazing and very generous. Okay. Got a little more light on the subject. You know I will. Yes, you're gonna beat it like beat a dead horse. What's up? Good to see y'all. I don't know what's going on. I think the music's still blasting my ears. Give me a second. But yeah, the game we'll be playing is a English patch of the Super Famicom game Otogirisō. Shout out to the guy who made the English patch for the game. I'm pretty excited. From what I understand, you'll have to do like multiple playthroughs in order to get several different endings. We're just gonna try and go for the first ending today. Game usually takes about 2.5 to 3 hours. I don't think we'll get it done today because I have to stop and talk. So, I guess without any further ado, let's get started. Shout out to Lunash for the layout. I didn't quite get it done in time, but yeah. Shout out to Lunash for the Halloween layout. Let me see if it works. As you can see, it's not complete, but we'll see if the chat even works too. Yeah, here's the layout. Obviously, I didn't get it all done in time because I'm very impulsive. But yeah, it has little spots for everything. I don't know if the chat even works yet. If somebody wants to chat and see if it works, let me know. I'm gonna type in the chat. Hi, chat. I wish I was high. Oh, it's very, very tiny. Hang on. Let me fix that real quick. How bad does that look? Maybe I could scale it up a little bit. I don't know. Oh, or do I have to fix that in Streamlabs, I wonder? Shit. Oh yeah, I do have to fix that in Streamlabs. I don't have any custom CSS going. It's so small. I might just switch to the regular layout then until I get this one figured out, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, let's just do that for now then, I guess. Unless we want to do the Halloween one. Doesn't matter to me. You know what? Screw it. We're doing Halloween. We're fuck it, we ball today. It's weird cause I wasn't in Streamlabs OBS. I can't dick with it right now. So, you know what? Let's just dick with it off screen. Haha. Streamlabs.com. I got time to kill. Whatever. Whatever. Dashboard, bitches. Chat box. Pose. Or something. Font size. Let's try tweaking it a little bit. Try talking, lobster. We'll see what happens. Small. See if that works. That's better, but it's not great. It's so small. Let me tweak it a little bit. Pokey pokey. We do the hokey pokey and you baby dippity. That's what it's all about. Let's try that, maybe? It's safe? Smell? Still smell? Let's try this. Baba da booby, da goo boo boo. Boopy. Let's see if that's any better. Yeah, that'll have to do for now. But let me make it white. Font color white. So it's easier to see. Okay. It don't look the prettiest, but at least still get the job done. Watching from a phone. Okay, that looks a little bit better. It's not great, but you know, it is what it is. So much for me doing everything impulsively at the last minute. Because that's how I roll. Yay. Okay, let me go ahead and delete that real quick. Yeah, we hope Lobster's doing better. Emergency appendectomy is no joke, man. Okay, I guess we're ready to get started. Let me go ahead and shut the music down. Bloop. And check my messages. Bloop. Make all that stuff disappear. Bloop. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with Otogirisou. Boop. Shout out to the guy who went ahead and made an English patch for that. Okay, so I believe I have to do this with keyboard and mouse. We're gonna do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna start a new save. I was just doing that to test. Yeah, our name's gonna be, again, Nooks and Crannies. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm glad to see you're doing better, Lobster. Really sucks that you had to have surgery at the last minute, but hey, better to catch it early before anything goes too bad, you know? Anyway, this is the story of Otogirisou. It was a summer evening. Under a cloudy sky, the thin and winding mountain road continued on. The scenery wasn't very interesting, with thickets on each side of the road. Nami has been quietly sitting beside me for a long while. Maybe she got tired after our long tennis game and was sleeping. Nami, are you asleep? I softly called out to her. Nami, wake up. I shook her shoulder. I'm gonna be nice and just say, Nami, are you asleep? Nami, are you asleep? I softly called out to her. She lightly opened her eyelids. She took a moment to wake up from her dream, but when she noticed me next to her, she rushed to smile. No, I was only closing my eyes. She says that, but I'm pretty sure she was asleep. I didn't mean to wake you, sorry. Fine, go back to sleep. No, all I'm doing is making you drive. I guess you're alone and bored. Can't get radio on the mountain. Hi, Kutsushoku, welcome to the stream. Nami looked out the window. Huh? Nook-san. Oh, it's got the honorifics still, if anybody's bugged by that. I'm sorry. There's a different patch without the honorifics added. Nook-san, what? What species are those flowers? Okay, so going into this, I was like, what is an Otogirisou? Otogirisou, the title of the game, is actually, I believe they call it in English, St. John's wort flower. And they've got kind of like the yellow petals and stuff like that. You needed to get it done even if it wasn't feeling so bad at the time. What species are those flowers? So many of them have been blooming out here. There. Everywhere. St. John's wort. Yellow flowers continued on the side of the road. Ooh, I like the music. It's kind of spoopers. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Oh, oh, I like this. I like this music. Yellow flowers continued on the side of the road. They had long, narrow stems and round leaves. Ah, those. They're Otogirisou. In Japanese, its name is written as grass that cuts the younger brother. Otogirisou? Yes. The Otogirisou has a strange history. I thought telling it could be a nice change of pace with talking to Nami, but given the choice... Here are the choices. I told an exaggeration of the story, or I told a slightly frightening story. Which one do we want to do? Thank you, I just bought it this morning. Shout out to Lunash for that, but I didn't have time to edit the little stuff on the bottom, so sorry about that. Ah! Anyway, I'm gonna say I'm told the exaggeration of the story. So this has branching endings, and with each playthrough, more branches open, but we're just doing the first one. Long, long ago. What? This is sudden. So as I was saying, ... Long ago, in the heart of a deep, deep forest, there lived two falconer brothers. They were close and always out together hunting with hawks. Falconers hunt hawks? No, falconers hunt with hawks. By the way, for generations, their family was famous for its lineage of expert falcon keepers, but they had a secret. Since long ago, there was a special medicine for hawks, which only that family knew the recipe for. It could save one of their beloved hawks, even if they suffered a life-ending injury. Nami said, how cunning, they kept it all to themselves. Possibly. But because of that, the nobleman favored those brothers, and they enjoyed a great deal of fame. And one day, under the nobleman's orders, all the falconers from that village gathered around for a falconry contest. God, English is hard. I'm sorry. A falconry contest? What a strange expression. Oh, don't complain about it. But the story sounds so long. The choices are, well, listen until the end, or then how about I tell you the short version of the story? I'm gonna go, well, listen till the end, because I'm an asshole. Well, listen till the end. Fine. I regrouped my thoughts and continued the story. There was a clear weather that whole day, and they thought that was perfect for hunting. The hunt went well, and the noblemen were very pleased. Hey Shar, welcome to the stream. However, lightning strikes. Don't start shouting so suddenly, you surprised me. They thought they heard thunder, and the good weather suddenly became overcast. Large hailstones fell like crazy. The nobleman's retainers ran for cover. It sounds painful. Oh, it's raining. It was miserable for the hawks flying high in the sky. At any rate, in that extreme weather, some of that hail was as big as a fist. The hawks they personally raised were seriously wounded and crashed to the ground. Oh, how tragic. Of course, the hunt was cancelled. The extremely upset nobleman put out a notice for all the participants to heal their hawks in time for the next hunt in 5 days, or it would be their necks. That's ridiculous. That night, all the falconers gathered in the brothers' house to ask if they could share the secret medicine. The kind-hearted younger brother put in a good word for them with his older brother. Then Nami asked, and then? The older brother stubbornly didn't listen. The brothers' ancestors had labored to devise the secret medicine during a painful experience that the villagers put them through. Their father died not to reveal the recipe to any of the villagers. They couldn't disobey his dying wish. That night, the younger brother couldn't sleep. He tried to distract himself at a pond and saw a young woman trying to drown herself in it. Ooh. Hey, what are you doing? He ran towards her. Please, let me die! Please! What did you say? He somehow hoisted the woman to the bank of the pond and asked her why she did that. Well, my father keeps hawks and simply cannot heal them in 5 days. If he was beheaded, I couldn't go on living all by myself, and I'd rather wait for him in the afterlife. When he heard that, he went back to his house and brought the secret medicine to her. See what happens when you do stuff for women? Go on, use this. If you apply this to your hawk's wounds, they should be able to fly again in about 5 days. And tell the other villagers too. Are you sure about this? You must never think about dying. Please, go ahead. Thank you so much. I won't forget this for the rest of my life. The young woman returned home with tears in her eyes. He said nothing of this to his brother. 5 days later, Nami said, the secret got out, didn't it? Right. Hawks in the village nearby could all fly again. The noblemen were completely satisfied. The falconers let out a sigh of relief. What about the younger brother? He did not hunt that day. Dressed in white, he prepared himself for the worst and waited for his brother's return. Then, Nami said, so the older brother came home and... Aw, thanks for being here, guys. Right after he asked, no regrets? None. Then right there on the spot, he decapitated his younger brother. God damn. The spray of blood scattered towards his brother's garden nearby and left permanent black spots on the leaves of growing flowers. Later, people would call that flower Otogirisou. So dramatic. I continued, so then Otogirisou symbolizes, what was it again? Strange, it slipped my mind. First love? What does that even have to do with the story I just told you? Because the woman at the back of the pond? No way! I think the word was a really bad omen. It wasn't seppuku, which is ritualistic suicide. A flower that symbolizes seppuku, I've never heard of that one before. Nami laughed. I calmly said, oh, okay, so this is a choice. Choices are, I calmly said it's not possible, and I laughed along with her. I'm gonna go with I laughed along with her. I laughed along with her. Suddenly, Nami looked around the area. Hey, we didn't get lost on the road, did we, Nook-san? I was sure something felt a little off for a while. Uncomfortable, I said. Choices are, no, we're not lost at all, I wanted to believe that. Or B, I wanted to taste the taking the scenic route. It made myself look tough. I'm gonna bluff. Well, I wanted the taste of taking the scenic route. I made myself look tough. I turned on the wipers. Outside, it was getting rather gloomy. With no lights on the thin road, it was hard to tell how it curved. I turned on the headlights. A sign stood out off in the distance, but I couldn't see it well. I sped up a little and approached. It read, curve ahead, slow down. I looked ahead and there was a sudden right turn at the bottom of the hill. I gently stepped on the brake, but didn't feel the usual resistance against my foot. I was shocked with how lightly the brake pedal was bottoming out. Huh? I stepped on it again and again, but only hollowly hit the bottom. The car steadily sped up while it went down the hill. Oh shit, the brake isn't responding! Rain was hitting the windshield like crazy. Signs flew past us outside the window. Ahead! Ahead! Nami shouted and stuck out her finger. We were rapidly approaching the curve. Aw shit. I hurriedly hit the clutch and dropped the gear. My seatbelt dug into my body as I leaned forward. When I looked up, we were quickly approaching a mountain slope. I let go of the gear stick and sharply steered right. Kya! Nami's shrill voice was deafening. Somehow we barely avoided crashing into the trees on the side of the road. But this time, an oncoming car flew out from the next curve in the road. Oh no! Oh no, this isn't good. We're gonna crash! Choices are, I pulled the parking brake, I tried to stop the car by crashing into a tree on the side of the road, or I stepped on the brake one more time, nothing, all or nothing. I'm gonna go with B. I tried to stop the car by crashing into a tree on the side of the road. Nami, brace yourself! That hurt. That hurt. Somehow I stopped the car without either of us getting hurt. Yep, I'm dead. Are you okay? This sucks. Nami was pouting, but she looked dumbfounded. Choices are, looks like you're okay, I was relieved. I looked around us. You know what, I care about Nami. Looks like you're okay. I was relieved. Somehow I'm not hurt. Do you feel shaken up at all? No, I'm okay. Nami smiled. What about the car? Looks like it got scrapped, but... Oh, Are you shitting me? Ooh. Yeah! Lightning struck the top of the tree right in front of us. In an instant, it split right in two and burst into flames. It's falling down! We jumped out of the car. Oh no! Look, son, your car! The falling tree crushed my car. The ceiling caved in. The windshields shattered. It was a tragic sight. It's okay. At least we got out safely. I said while trying as hard as possible to hide my frustration. Water break. Thank y'all for being here, and thank you for just lurking and just hanging out with me. You think we can remodel it as a convertible? Oh, that idea was... The car lit on fire. What? That dream was short-lived. I was an idiot to dream of that for even one moment. It's impossible anyway. Remodeling a regular car into a convertible only would have made it look worse. I was grumbling and Nami patted my back. Oh, don't be such a sour grape. But more importantly, Nook-san, what should we do? The car's scrapped and it's raining. Nami sounded anxious. Choices are also anxious. I approached Nami. For now, let's look for a road, and I looked for a light off in the distance. I'm drinking water. Agua. I looked for a light off in the distance. Beyond the grassy area, I saw... Oh, shit! Yay! Notifications worked. Hope everyone's doing good. About an inch of snow fell overnight up here in Alaska. Take care, y'all. Thank you for the $50 donation. Let's go ahead and hashtag Daniel Stevens for his generous donation. Thank you. Please stay safe up there and enjoy the snow. I'm jealous of you. Thank you so much. Let me drink a little bit more water. And then we'll get back into the game. Okay. I looked for a light off in the distance. Beyond the grassy area, I saw a small light shaking. Nami, let's go that way to get shelter from the rain. I took a bag with a flashlight and a change of clothes from the crushed car. The rain became intense. Yeah! Nami clung to me. The rain's getting worse. Let's hurry. Ah! Nami and I screamed at the same time. Nearby, yellow flowers were growing all over the place. All Otogirisō. Dun, dun, dun. Otogirisō. Oh. They were like a guidepost leading us towards the light. Ooh, that's kind of creepy. I love it, though. I said, let's see what the choices are. Choices are, for now, let's go look, Nami. Or B, I wonder if we better not go. Let's go, dangerous. For now, let's go look. Okay. We continued walking. Suddenly, Nami stopped walking. Oh, screen's getting dark. Nami? She said nothing and pointed ahead. Ah, it's the mansion. Dun, dun, dun. It was an old Western-style mansion, not including a light from a window. There was a strange light around the outline of the mansion that made it look blue. That mansion, Nami gulped. It's like it's glowing on its own. Ooh, I really love this music. Yeah, I noticed goosebumps coming up my spine. Nook-san, shall we go? When Nami asked me that, I daringly decided to go. It's a good test of our courage. Let's go. Nook-san, your voice is shaking. Oh, I was just using my vibrato. Don't overdo it. Let's turn back. I wanted to do that, but I didn't want Nami to think I was an unreliable man or a bitch ass. Let's run. Stay quiet and come with me. My voice shook again. We ran, falling behind Nami by 5 meters because of her feet like a Japanese sero. I reached the front of the gate. Let's go in. This game actually is, they said it inspired games like Silent Hill and Fatal Frame. And I guess it really inspired like the whole visual novel type deal. Yes, let's go. Then, my choices are I didn't want to scare Nami, so I was going to go in without hesitation, or I wasn't sure if we really should go in. You know what? We're going balls to the wall. I didn't want to scare Nami, so I was just gonna go in without hesitation. But from the rain, the heavy gate doors had a black luster. When I pushed them, they opened without resistance. This game is from 1991 or 1992. It originally came out on the Super Famicom. Excuse us. We politely bowed towards the mansion and stepped in through the gates. Yellow flower. Yeah, if you want the English patch for it, I have it linked in the description below. But as far as finding the ROM file, you're gonna have to do that on your own, because I totally, legitly bought this game, totally. Yellow flowers were blooming like crazy in the large garden. All Otogirisō. Then something passed by. Oh, a cat! What, a cat? Oh, you surprised us. Nami said, it's a black cat. It turned its head to us. Its whole body twisted and shined in a green light. That was strange. A green cat? The green cat quickly ran off beyond the wildly blooming Otogirisō. Nook-san. Without a moment's delay, I said. I'm gonna say it must be the lighting. The choices are our eyes are a little tired, and it must be the lighting. Must be the lighting. And a wind blew, stronger than any other so far. The countless yellow flowers rustled in a wave. The wave traveled from the gate to the mansion. I really am enjoying the music to this game. How is the audio? Finally, I thought it made the mansion itself move and shake before it disappeared. I got an ill feeling in my stomach, like I'd seen something sinister, and stood shocked still in the rain. Hey! Nami put her hand up to her ear. Don't you hear something? Something rustling? Eh? The grass in the wind. No, something else. Audio's good. Okay, thank you. Suddenly, a spotted snake came out from the grass. It opened its mouth wide to show sharp fangs. Hey, this sound is... What he's saying, it's a snake! A snake! I took Nami's hand and ran to the mansion in a panic. Running, Nami screamed, Hey, wasn't that a rattlesnake now? What's that doing in a place like this? How would I know? Ask the snake! Its poison's deadly. It'd bite me if I tried that. Ranting and raving, we ran away at full speed. When we ran up to the stone steps at the entrance and looked back, the snake was still swiftly chasing us on the brick road. I grabbed the doorknob, but it was locked, and it didn't open even after pushing and pulling. Oh, shit. Excuse us. Please open the door. Excuse us. No response at all from inside. Nami shrieked, Nook-san, it's coming this way! Choices are, I considered breaking in the window to the right side of the entrance, or I threw myself at the door with all my strength. I'm gonna be strong and put all my strength into the right shoulder and threw myself at the door. Fortunately, the door was old. After 2 or 3 hits, the lock broke. I tumbled into the mansion from using too much force. Ah! Nami said, Now it won't get in here. Oh no, you're bleeding! Blood was flowing out of the cut on the back of my left hand. When Nami took my hand, I said, Oh, it's okay, I can handle it. I licked the cut. No, you really have to get that treated. Nami took a handkerchief out of her pocket and rolled it around my hand. It faintly smelled of roses. This is all I can do for now, but later I'll do it properly. Thanks. Oh, this is embarrassing. Besides that, I ended up breaking it. Do you think the owner will punish us when they find out? We'll apologize first. I got up and looked around. Kind of reminds me of the mansion in Clock Tower, a little bit. The foyer was huge. The atrium hall went up to the 2nd floor. A big chandelier was hanging from the ceiling. There was a big brick fireplace to the left, with some cloth-covered sofas arranged in a U-shape. I faced the back of the house and called out, May we come in? Excuse us, we've come inside. Nami also called out, but no reply. I can hear the clock ticking. Do you think no one's here? Yeah, well, I guess not. How about we sit for a moment? I'm tired. I started walking to the sofas. A Western-style armor was next to the fireplace. I've seen these things from TV and pictures, but never in real life. Soldiers from the European Middle Ages wore these in battle. I thought it looked heavy. Hey, what do you think that is? Nami tapped my shoulder. Eh? Look, that. Nami pointed to the right side of the entrance hall. A huge water tank was placed right against the wall. The shape was nothing to worry about. The silver borders were common for glass water tanks. The problem was its size. It was strangely big. What do you think it is inside? I approached the tank, but because of the churning muddy water and moss stuck to the glass, I couldn't tell for sure if anything was there. Choices are, I climbed up and tried to stick my hand into it from above, or I planned to look at it from above one way or another. We're gonna go bold with the answer for A. I climbed up and tried to stick my hand into it from above. Stop! I hurriedly pulled my hand back. What is it? You suddenly screamed. I hunched that something awful would happen. She was a little pale. I knew it. It looks like something's there. Look, something splashed. I showed my wet hand. Scared, Nami said, Hey, cut it out. More importantly, it looks like the owner really isn't here. She looked around the area. If they were here, I think they'd hear our mess from earlier, but, how about we look for them? No, if you're scared, it's fine for you to wait here. No, I'll come too. Then, the second floor. I knew it. Someone. Let's go look. We climbed the stairs at the entrance. Hey. As we climbed the stairs, Nami spoke softly. If the owner is there, what should we say? We have to honestly say we lost our way on the road, because besides that... Huh? What is it? I'm sure the armor was over there, wasn't it? I pointed out to beside the fireplace. Yeah, oh, the armor was gone. Well, it's fine. Anyway, let's go see where that sound came from. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of that at all. We made it upstairs, and the hallway branched to the left and the right. I'm pretty sure that sound came from here. We headed into the right hallway. Nami asked, which room do you think? Shh! I hear it again. Let me take a little sip of water. Once again, I want to thank y'all for just hanging out, for the likes, for just chilling, for just, lurking. Means a lot to me. Anyway, I said, it's here. Knock, knock, knock. No reply. Is no one inside? I boldly opened the door. It was dark inside, without any signs of people. There was a wooden table in the left corner, plus a desk lamp that was emitting a faint red light. Then I saw another low table to the side. A checkerboard cloth was spread out on it, with a single book on top. We went inside. Okay. Ah! The door suddenly closed behind us. Choices are A. Panicking, I turned the doorknob, or B. But without caring about the door, I approached the table to check the book. Or C. Nami, I screamed, look at the door. I'm gonna tell her, look at the door. I screamed, Nami, look at the door. It's okay. It's open. There was a sound from the back of the room. Huh? Someone there? How strange. The table with the book on it top approached us. A walking table? And it was actually a wheelchair. The book was not on the table, but in someone's lap. Since the lamp was in the back, I couldn't see their face. Oh, excuse us, we came in without permission. We knocked, but I looked down and saw the person's ankles. They looked so thin that they might snap from just being touched. I looked up. Oh, that made me jump a little bit. Sitting there, there was a mummy with faded brown skin and hollow eye sockets. The light from the stand went out and the room went pitch black. The wheelchair started to move? Oh my god! I stepped back. Ah! Nami pulled me to her with my clothes. The creaking of the wheels got closer. My hand shook and the door wouldn't open. Come on, open already! I fell out into the hallway. But it was also pitch black here. I couldn't even tell right from left. Nami! Where's my flashlight? I don't know! I don't remember! Choices are... Is Dolores here? It was Dolores was the mummy. Was there anything else I could use as a light? at any rate, let's look for it. See, maybe there was a lighter in my pocket. Was there anything else I could use as a light? Light from the thunder came through the windows and the hallway lit up. There's a candle over there. Ah! Just now, there was a candle on the wall over there in the hallway. In the darkness, I could hear Nami feeling around for it on the wall. I did say brown eye. Oh, there it is. Here. Where are you? Here. Where are you? Here. Then, Marco, Polo. Then what's this? I felt something hard touching on my hand. It was the mummy's arm. Yeah! A sequence of lightning strikes lit up the hallway. We almost tumbled down the stairs. The flashlight was in front of the water tank. I scrambled to pick it up. I flipped a switch and faced the second floor. The dim circular light spread out along the upstairs passage. The mummy was gone. Oh, my feet. Nami weakly fell to her knees. I fell on my backside next to her. At any rate, to think that was a mummy, in this modern-day Japan, did we actually see that? Choices are: A. I didn't want to scare Nami, so I headed for the stairs to check on the mummy on my own. Or B. Since I was scared, I asked Nami if she could go check something for me. I'm not gonna be a pussy. I'm gonna defend my woman. So I'm going with A. I didn't want to scare Nami, so I headed for the stairs to check on the mummy on my own. Where are you going? I heard Nami's voice from behind. I'm going to see if that thing earlier was a real mummy. Won't you cut it out? Please stop. She was terrified. But it bothers me. You're scared too, yeah? We have to make sure what it is. Maybe we were mistaken. Have a good day, Daniel, and thank you for hanging out, and thank you for the donation. Stay safe, okay? That's true, but I'll come back soon. I stepped out onto the stairs. Wait, don't go alone. I'll come too. Nami came to my side as I arrived at that room. The door was still open. I fearfully looked inside, but the lamp and book had fallen over in the room. The mummy was gone. How strange. Oh, the lights are back on. They are back to normal. The lamp was emitting a small light again, and the hallway chandelier also began to shine. Oh, a cat. A black kitten came out from the table's shadow. Here, kitty. Nami got down on her knees and held the cat in her arms. That's strange. I tilted my head in confusion. Maybe I'm hallucinating? Well, you saw it too, right? No reply. Nami was obsessed with cuddling the cat. I picked up the book on the floor. When I opened it, it looked like a diary. There was a date from 6 years ago. I flipped through the pages and suddenly saw one in deep red. It's blood. Oops, sinister music. Eh? The page was blank, with an Otogirisō inserted like a bookmark. Furthermore, the dark red liquid was sticking to the pages next to it. Diarrhea. The blood is still fresh. Peeking into the diary, Nami looked like she'd be sick. Choices are: I muttered, no way, is this the mummy's blood? B, I shouldn't look in people's diary. I quickly closed it. Fuck it, we ball. I muttered, no way, is this the mummy's blood? Hey, what's that sound? Something was approaching from the hallway. It can't be the armor that disappeared earlier. Don't be stupid. Sound stopped right at the door. Oh, a cat. Cats are gonna be their deaths. I could feel it. The kitty jumped out into the hallway from the gap in the door. We held our breath and intently watched the door, but got the feeling that nothing would happen. We stealthily peeked in the hallway from the gap, but nobody else was there. Isn't that weird? Frightened, Nami said, Hey, I feel creeped out. Let's leave this mansion already. I answered. Choices are: yeah, that sounds wise. B, yeah, I also feel creeped out, but I have a hunch they won't be able to escape. C, no, I've never been in such a strange house before. I'm very curious. First person that says a letter gets to decide how we answer this time. I'm gonna drink some water while you guys ponder that. Delicious. I think we're a little bit behind anyway with lag. What's the latency like on this? Okay, I have ultra low latency on. That's weird. If you hear me, say spaghetti. Okay. Which one should I choose, Char? I'll let you pick. We're picking C? Okay. No, I've never been in such a strange house before. I'm very curious. Are you serious? A little. Please, let's leave. I don't like this place. Nami looked like she was gonna cry. Okay, then let's go downstairs. We went downstairs and opened the front door. There were a heavy thunderstorm and violent winds outside. I couldn't even see 3 meters in front of me. It's no use. We can't leave with the weather like this. But let's just wait a little. It's impossible to leave when it's like a typhoon out there. What should we do? Will we spend the night in a place like this? Choices are A. At any rate, let's just make sure if someone's out is here or not. B. There's no way for us to leave now. Let's just stay here. C. What should we do? For a moment I was worried. I'm gonna go with C. What should we do? For a moment I was worried. Now it's time to go exploring. Exploring? Looks like the mansion isn't letting us go home. We might as well look around, right? Until someone says no. Look in every nook and cranny. Haha, he said nook. You're pretty cool when you get mad, Nook son. She says that, but I can't be angry all the time. Over there, Nami pointed at a door which had strong light coming through the gap. Will someone be inside this time? I grabbed the knob. Wait. Nami politely knocked on the door. However, no reply. Nami asked, do you think they're away? Yeah, open it. I pulled the door open. Wah! I involuntarily bent back. It's a group of hitodama. Then A, let's run away, or B, that was just burning phosphorus. I'm gonna go with the logical answer, like Spock. That was just burning phosphorus. Huh? Really? Yeah, really, I'm scientific. Shaking, I said that and opened the next door. Yeah! Don't panic, it's a cat. A cat. But Hitodama, let's go ahead and Google it real quick. Hitodama. Hitodama meaning human soul. Phenomenon in Japanese folklore and mythology where a spirit or soul leaves the human body after death, appearing as a floating ball of green, blue, or red fire. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of that. A cat, but... Oh, might hit the right button. Glowing in the darkness, the cat's eyes were floating high in the air above us. Human souls. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Turn the lights on. Nami looked for the switch. Ah, a bat. Ah! Yeah, the cat turned into a bat. Nami was scared. Then I said, choices are A, no way, there was just a cat and a bat. Or B, the cat carried off the cat. That's all. What? Would a bat be able to carry off a cat? That's a stupid answer. I'm going with A. No way, there were just a cat and a bat. Yeah, that must be it. We came back to the foyer. We were startled. What? There's a phone here? An old black phone was where the armor used to be earlier. Yeah, there's some fuckery going on here. I don't know what. We silently stared at the ringing phone. What should we do? I feel like we should answer. Okay, but... okay. Brought the phone to me. Nami shouted, "Nook-san!" Pinching the phone cord, she held it up to me. Smoke was rising from the molten tip. And yet, it rings? Okay, there's several choices. I pondered if there was some kind of trick to it. B, for some reason I couldn't resist reaching for the receiver. Or C, I thought the bell was like someone shouting. I'm a cynical person. I'm gonna go with A. I pondered if there was some kind of trick to it. Took the receiver. Hello? Shouted into the receiver. Hello? I heard a woman breathing into it. Why? Huh? Almost dropped the receiver. Hello? Hey, why? It was a woman's low, almost resentful voice. Why? I hung up the phone. Was it a woman? I think so. 7 days. 7 days. Then there was a sound from upstairs. Hey, what was that? Choices are... I knew it. Someone's here. B. It's not a mouse, right? I'm gonna go with... I knew if someone's here. I knew it. Someone's here. No way. Alright, let's go check then. One door was left open as from before, and light was coming out of it. That one. We entered the room and stood there staring at a wall. There was a creepy stain on that wall. It's human-shaped. I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a man or a woman. There's an Otogirisō glowing in a place like this? It was breaking through the wall and sprouting out of the stain's hand. I remembered something unpleasant. What's the matter? I remembered the symbolism of Otogirisō. Oh, what is it? Revenge. Ooh, I like this music. The humanoid stain looked like a vengeful spirit holding up an Otogirisō and swearing revenge. You have a feeling? Okay. I have my feelings too, but I'm kind of excited to see what happens. My choices are, could someone be in the walls? I unconsciously muttered that and shuddered. Or B, I said right away, don't worry about it. Music's making me think. A. Could someone be in the walls? Could somebody be in the walls? I unconsciously muttered that and shuddered. Just to be sure, we checked upstairs. Sorry, I got itchy eye and I accidentally hit my mic. Itchy eyeball. Okay, glasses back on. It's because I need to be able to read, and I'm going to take a little bit of a sip. Aw, Daniel, here's my last bit for the night. Aw, thank you! You didn't have to do that again. Dude, you're awesome. You're so sweet. Let's everybody give a hashtag to Daniel Stevens for another $50 donation. Let me go ahead and hashtag real quick, even though it'll make the music stop. Thank you so much, man. Let's, like, when your schedule gets kind of like regular again, maybe let's do some mahjong for sure. Okay. Let's go. Just to be sure, we checked upstairs, including the mummy room from earlier, but not a room that was nailed shut for some reason. There was no sign of other people. We're sure no one else is here on the second floor. Nami nodded and said, at least there weren't any people, the mummy or the armor. I tried not to think sinister things. Ooh, yeah, I got a bad feeling. Okay, let's see if we can open this unopenable room. I started checking the door. Then Nami suddenly said, hey, let's go downstairs. Huh? I'm hungry. Nook-san, aren't you hungry too? We have to eat first. What? Why? So random. Gotta check the house to make sure we're not gonna die. I'm hungry! I unconsciously looked at her face. Naomi doesn't usually say stuff like this. Come to a person's house and eat their food as we please? Could she be saying it out of fear? Or perhaps... Hey, Naomi. Huh? She smiled. I knew it. You're hungry. No, it's not that. Oh, I heard my stomach growl. But my easily suggestible stomach grumbled. I'll go ahead. Naomi turned around. Hey, wait! Come on, let me catch up. Right away, I tried to catch up to her. As Nami was heading for the dining room, let's see what the choices are. 2 choices. I thought for sure that delicious food had to be there, or it'd be nice if there was any good food, but I firmly believed it was impossible. The cynic I am, I'm choosing B. Sure! Oh, thank you. Oh. Yeah, I'll be sure that money goes to Lulu, okay? Let's go ahead and hashtag Char. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll be sure to give my parents that money for her vet bills. We still gotta make the consult for her eye surgery stuff. But yeah, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Be nice if there was any good food, but I firmly believed that this was impossible. We zeroed in on the big refrigerator at the back of the dining room. We quietly opened and looked inside. Wow! Nami cheerfully cried out. Side note, no offense, but if I was in somebody's house just randomly, like, sheltering in, I would not be eating their food. Nope. Not me. Ain't no way, no how. Ugh. But yeah, these people are not very smart, it seems. Nami cheerfully cried out. Raw fish was in the fridge. 2 sweet fish on a big plate. Maybe they were caught from a river near here. I said, they look freshly caught. But what should we do if the owner arrives after we start eating these? Then we'll insist we're cats. We should try to meow like cats. Dude, Char, I was literally thinking Spirited Away too. I'm like, are they going to start eating this food and then like turn into pigs? Yeah, see, you and me were thinking the same exact thing. They're going to turn into pigs. I love that movie. I said, actually cooking these at the edge of the river is the best. We'll have to bear with using the oven here. I'll do it. Nami took out a plate. Yeah, what's this? Nami screamed and dropped the plate. Huh? The fish on the floor were completely dried up. They weren't dried out earlier, were they? Right? I definitely saw they were freshly caught until just now. What the hell? Dried up fish were brown. Okay, so we got some choices here. I accidentally remembered the mummy from earlier. Or B, I tried to think about it. Dried fish are like fish mummies. Fish mummies, I like that one. We're going with that. I got a bad feeling though. If I tried to think about it, dried fish are like fish mummies. Huh? Nami asked, what's the matter? You look scared. Oh, I hear ominous music. He goes, just now. I turned around. You didn't hear something just now? What? Something like a woman screaming? Not really. Was it your imagination? No, I'm sure I heard it. It's over that way. I approached the window. Couldn't see anything outside since it was dark, but I had an unpleasant hunch. Fish, bones, fish, mummies, fish, zombies, fish, ghosts, fish. Makes me think of that manga by Junji Ito called Gyo. With the walking fish. That was a weird one. I like Junji Ito's art, but I did not like the twist with that one. Come look. I went from the window to the exit. Wait, what are you gonna do? Something might have happened. It's really bothering me. Wait, I'm going too. I can't tell who's talking half the time, it kind of confuses me. Anyway, we left the dining room. I like Junji Ito, but a lot of his stuff is pretty hit or miss. His art is amazing though. Hey, lend me the lighter for a bit. Why? Nami had taken a silver candlestick from the table. I get nervous without something to light the way. Thanks. Here's the lighter back. Now that Nami had a lit candle, I tightly held the flashlight and slowly went through the hallway. Hey, did you really hear a voice or something? Nami looked at me doubtfully as we walked. Yeah? Hee! It was like a long, high-pitched, resentful cry. Did it go, hee hee? Fat meat or what was that? What the episode was called? I don't know that one, I don't think. If you give me a synopsis of it, maybe I'll remember. Creepy, Nami grimaced. But why a cry? Maybe because of a robbery? A robbery? Possibly. Why are the lights on? Why is the owner nowhere to be seen? That could explain it. These people are really stupid. We turned left and at the end of the hallway and continued to the back of the mansion. But as we went on, it became narrower and the ceiling got lower. It was strangely dim. It felt like times you suddenly entered a back alley from the main path. I pointed the flashlight and a small iron door stood out in the back. I said, "There's a door over that way." "What a creepy door. It's like for a secret lab." It was like Nami said. With bare, crudely made rivets, and almost all of the paint was peeling off, the whole door was rusted dark brown. "Is it open?" I placed my hand on the knob. Oh, I heard that. That voice now. You heard it, didn't you? It was the same voice as earlier. Nami's eyes widened and she shook her head. "Let's go." I boldly opened the door. Suddenly, wind and a splash of water hit our faces. It was the back entrance. I can't see anything at all. I pointed the flashlight into the distance and something on the right reflected back. It's a greenhouse. So that means the scream came from inside there? Ah! Nami softly screamed behind me. "What is it, Nami?" "It's gone out." Distressed, Nami was looking at her candle. Here, I'll go ahead and read Char's comment. Oh, where people praised the father's cooking at a small restaurant and he gave the family food oil to drink. One day the mother vanished, another day he only had one leg. Oh, I do remember that one now. Yeah, he does have some pretty weird short stories. I like the one where the people's, like, heads are like balloons. That one's kind of weird, but I like it. Oh, the rain put the candle out. What should we do? It's useless outside, so let's leave it here. I left it at my feet and took Nami's hand. Let's go. We joined hands and walked through the mud. Our dry clothes quickly got soaked and it was hard to walk with our shoes covered in mud. Nami quietly asked, "Do you think someone's there?" "I don't think so." "What? Then why did I come along? I mean, it could be another living person." "Not a chance." The other Junji Ito story I like is the one with, like, people living in the house and it's like a dollhouse, I think. And they're, like, all puppets. I hear the ominous music. At that moment, Nami's expression changed. Because if someone was there, I'm sure they would have noticed the flashlight shining just now. I didn't see any reaction, so they already... Why are you saying something so scary? Nami looked like she'd cry. It was pitch black inside the glass in front of us. I shined the flashlight inside. Yeah, that's honestly my favorite Junji Ito. Ugh! It's an Otogirisō. Nami and I screamed at the same time. Again, it was an Otogirisō. Mixed among the other ornamental plants, small yellow flowers blooming close together. Nami whispered, "A green house of revenge." Don't say creepy things. What? You're telling me? Cautiously shining light into the glass, we walked around the greenhouse. But nothing else was especially unusual. Just now we made it to the opposite side. Looks like we got some choices here. I'll let him read them out. Okay, 2 choices. In the end, nobody was here, huh? I thought we should turn back to the mansion. Or B, shall we check the greenhouse? I turned towards the entrance. I want to check the greenhouse. I like greenhouses. Shall we check the greenhouse? I turned towards the entrance. No, I've had enough. But then, oh, I heard the huh? Pointed out the light towards the sound and the greenhouse door was flapping in the wind. I glanced at Nami's face, her mouth still half open. She was looking at me at the corner of her eye. This is embarrassing. Alright, race to that door. I started running. What? The sound was the door creaking? Nami shouted, almost scolding me. It's a race! A race! I continued running without paying attention to her. Wait! Yeah! Ah! I looked back and she had fallen with her backside on the ground. Sure, no worries. I fell down. This sucks. Laughing, I faced the door. I said, wait, I can't see in the dark. When I arrived at the entrance, I turned around and pointed the light at Nami. The greenhouse's glass door stood out of the corner of the light. Then when I saw it, my smile froze. I'm gonna go ahead and drink some water. Remember to hydrate, lassies and lads. Okay. Ugh, come on. You left me behind. Nami caught up to me. Then she saw my face and said, you're looking so scared again. You won't fool me this time. I pointed at the glass door with my chin. Since you're generally a scatterbrain. Oh, God. Said Nami. Nami was written on the glass door in big red letters. The shaking glass bounced the light back as if gently brushing against us in the rain. I said, it's a coincidence, but I realized my voice was growing tight. Even if it was a coincidence, why was her name in a place like this? Nami's face went pale and she stood stock still in the rain out of surprise. At a loss for words, our only eyes were moving in time with the glass. Flapping in the wind, the door creaked again. Let's go back, I deliberately spoke encouragingly, but Nami did not respond. Let's go back, I strongly pulled Nami's hand, but she refused to move. Why? Why is it my name? You're worrying me too much. But I said it's just a coincidence. That's it. You've never even been here before, so it has nothing to do with you. Someone who lives here just happens to have the same name as you. Okay, give me just a second. Why do you need me to check my DMs? Okay. Char now has a French. Congratulations. Your messages keep getting blocked. So, yeah. You're now a mod, at least for now. Subject to change without notice. Anyway, back to the story. Let me drink a little more water. True. It's odd it's written here. But if you ask the owner, they'd probably be like, what's that all about? I'm sure that's all it is. Yeah, it's a huge-ass coincidence that Nami's name is written on the glass door. Mm-hmm. Sure. As if shaking off my fear, I kept talking loudly without stopping to take my breath. Okay. Talking in a small, almost a disappearing voice, Nami nodded. Yeah, but I don't really want, like, 56 mods. That's my caveat with it. Staying in the rain took too long is bad for us. Let's go back. I dragged Nami along and started to walk back. And I don't want people to feel obligated like they gotta be here. Apparently you became a mod. Oh, with the game? Nami's name was written on the glass door and she started freaking out. Well, then I will unmod you, Korok. Aha! I just don't want too many damn moderators. It's intimidating, you know? Anyway, we returned to the mansion and Nami looked depressed. I felt really bad for her. It was my fault after all. No, it's not good if there's only mods in the chat. It feels weird and people probably are overwhelmed, you know? It was my fault after all that we saw that out there. Some way to cheer her up. That's it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't want too many mods, because it might intimidate people from talking. Anyway. Ew, an outsider. Silly. I deliberately said brightly, hey. What? Won't you take a bath? Huh? Nami looked surprised. Because we got all muddy. But it's fine, it's fine. I think it's probably over there. went ahead on my own. Side note again, if I was in somebody's house randomly, fuck, I wouldn't be taking no bath in some random ass dude's house. We turned right around the dim hallway, and soon there was a frosted glass door in front of us. Here it is. I pulled the handle. It was pitch black inside. I pointed the flashlight, and just as I thought, it was a washroom. On the left, there was a white sink with a big mirror. A Western-style toilet was next to it. Another frosted glass sliding door was at the back. It probably led to the bathroom. Choices are A. Okay. Should we wash our hands first? I approach the sink. Or B. Nami, wash your hands first. I let Nami go ahead. No, we do this together. You're the NIP. Nip. Okay, should we wash our hands first? I approach the sink. The porcelain sink was deep and smooth. The gaskets must be old since water was continuously dripping from the tap. I can hear the water dripping. I turned it on. Squeak, squeak. The white sink was dyed a deep red. Blood? Nami clung to my shoulder. No, it's rust, rust. After a moment, the red water became clear. The pipes are just old. Look, it's fine. I wetted my hands in the flowing water. Nami was being rather nervous. I wanted her to go back to the old cheerful self somehow. Oh, there isn't any soap, Nami. Do you want some? Well, I'd personally just use water. For some reason, she was strangely modest. This is a modded ROM of the SNES version. There is no PC version. So, I guess technically it's a PC version, but it's a ROM of the Super Famicom game. Just modded. Ugh, my throat's getting a little sore. Choices are A. Is it not in the bathroom? I looked at the glass door in the back. Or B. I would want soap even if you don't. I want soap. I want soap even if you don't. I jokingly made a fuss out of it for the sake of it. I guess it can't be helped. Shogun I. Okay, I'll go look for soap for you. Nami opened a shelf next to the mirror and looked inside. Looks like she's back to smiling a little. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I went out to the hallway. Well, you know, this game was actually advertised as a sound novel, so I would imagine that the sound has to be good if that's what it's advertised as. Where are you going? I'll be right back. Keep looking for soap. I wouldn't be leaving nobody behind. Yeah, I couldn't open the PSD file, for some reason. So and it wouldn't let me send it through Discord, so I couldn't check it on your computer. So, yeah. That's why it looks goofy. I forgot the candlestick we left outside. I ran through the dark hallway and opened the iron door. Why the hell would you be going outside? But it wasn't there. That's weird. Cautiously shined the flashlight around the area, but as I expected, I didn't see it. Oh yeah. The layout is by this artist here. I'll go ahead and pin their, name in there, because I didn't get time to credit them in the stream. Puzzled, I went back to the washroom. What was it? No, it's not important. Anyway, did you find any soap? No, not yet. Did you look here? Pointed to the hinged door below the sink. Oh, not yet. Then it's here. I crouched down and opened the door. Ooh, inside of it, an unpleasant odor like putrid mud hung in the air. I looked in and tried not to breathe through my nose. Yeah, check out Lunash over on VGen. That's where I got the layout for a very reasonable price. Had like cute panels and everything, and Twitch buttons and the whole shebang. Even like opening and closing screens, but I didn't have time to set any of that stuff up. An S-shaped drainage pipe ran through the center. Items like bathroom cleaners, insecticides, shampoo, and many plastic bags were scattered like trash to the right, as if avoiding contact with the pipe. Perhaps because the pipe leaked long ago, medicines had seeped out of their containers and mixed with dust. I felt like I'd be sick. Is there really soap in a place like this? What about this? I took out a big white plastic box to the left of the drainage pipe. I have a bad feeling about this, I'm not gonna lie. Inside was a wooden box marked with a cross. Isn't this a medicine box? There's also something under it, Nami. Could you pick up the box? Nami grabbed the medicine box's handle and lifted it. Oh yeah. Otogirisō has a really cool soundtrack. Then crowds of big black bugs with greasy wings started crawling out from under it. Yeah, cockroaches! Nami screamed and threw the medicine box to the floor. It opened from the impact, scattering small bottles and various medicine packages over the floor. In no time at all, the cockroaches all ran out of the room under the door. Oh, they're gone. Smiling, I went after the medicine that scattered about. Sorry, I'm hopeless. Oh, I'll get 'em. Nami knelt down and started bringing up the medicine. Back the medicine to where it belonged. Hey, the cockroaches are all gone, right? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Soap. Got up and turned on the faucet. Didn't drink a little bit of water. Okay. How about you wash your hands? We found soap. Okay. She replied half-heartedly. Rather not touch the medicine with dirty hands. Right. Nami stood up next to me and started washing her hands. Mud was coming off our hands and arms, and dark, muddy water swirled down the drain. Nook-san! What is it? I was putting the medicines away and thought, I don't recognize many of them. Medicines you don't recognize? Some I've never even seen before. Okay, the choices are let me see them, I was a little curious, or B, well, I guess there's a medicine for every disease. I'm gonna go with let me see them because curiosity killed the cat. Let me see them. I was a little curious. Wait a moment. Nami grabbed many medicines from the box. That's toothpaste. Look at this. Took one tube and read the label. Chloromycin mixed with fibrinolytic enzymes. What in the world is this? When I opened the cap and squeezed a little, a white cream slithered out. Ah, curiosity. I am going to look these up real quick because I like to learn about medications and stuff. Chloromycin. Oh. Chloromycin is a topical antibiotic for the treatment. Oh, it can cause anemia as a side effect, so they stopped carrying it. So that's an antibiotic. And then fibrinolytic. I'm curious. Fibrinolytic refers to a substance or process that dissolves blood clots by breaking down fibrin. Huh. Used to treat blood clots, such as heart attacks, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. Interesting. Huh. Okay. We learned something. Alright, anyway. So an antibiotic and breaks down blood clots. Okay. Tropical antibiotic. This person's like, it looks like an anti-itch medicine. But it didn't have the pungent and burning smell characteristic of those medicines. Tropical antibiotic. Nothing else was on the label besides that tongue twister of a description. Read the label on another tube. Vitamin E mixed with sulfur drugs. Surprised now when he looked at me. Suddenly looked at me. Possibly. That's from the Vietnam War? That's a defoliant. Why is it mixed with vitamin E? Medicine's effects were written on the label. It could be like a burn medicine? Look at this other one. Curious, I looked up. Local coagulation blockers, heparin. Something extracted from a capsule. Heparin is for, heparin, I think, is for, like, high blood pressure? Oh, yeah. Oh no, it's a blood thinner. Blood thinner. Okay. Heparin's a blood thinner. I think one of my old friends used to have to be on heparin because she had, well, she was older. Keloids? Oh, keloid medication for like keloid scars? Interesting. I didn't know any of it. It was all written on the labels. Nami was gathering the medicine scattered on the floor and opened the lid on one. Hey, look at this. What a strange color. A small, flat, and round plastic container had a purple jelly-like medicine inside. I've never seen a medicine with a color like this before. I'm sure you don't see many like it. Yeah. Nami looked at me triumphantly. But for some reason, there are many creams, all for burns. Oh. Yeah, that sounds kind of, scary. Ominous, one could say. Maybe somebody got burned often. Alright, sure, but I wonder why I have this many kinds of them. Well, never mind. Let's put them back and wash up. Oh, wait a moment. There's still one more on the floor there. Uh-oh. Creams. Exactly, creams. I hear ominous music. A small brown glass bottle with an open lid was on the floor. Is it empty? No, something pale yellow. Is this a medical cream too? Not much was inside, only a little bit of thick, pale yellow medicine. The bottle had a handwritten label on it, but the paper seemed rather old, burnt, and worn out. Acronol? Zinc. Oil. Label's blurry. Again, back to Google. Acronol. Zinc. Acronol, antiseptic with zinc oxide. Yeah, so it's for, skin healing. Dried themselves for conversation and needed to treat wounds caused by heat and thin their blood. Oh, back to the game, sorry. Is it zinc oxide oil? Are you familiar with it? It's also a burn medicine. How do you know that? I was a little surprised Nami said that in such a matter-of-fact facial expression. Well, it's been around for a long time. Huh, really? So you aren't mistaken, like with that defoliant from earlier. When I mockingly smiled at her, Nami snatched the bottle from me and shut the medicine box. If you don't believe me, fine. My mistake, I believe you. At any rate, was it a burn medicine? Yeah, that all sounds really ominous to me. I tilted my head to the side as I stood up and opened the glass door at the back. Pale blue tiles covered the floor and even the walls. There was a white Western-style bathtub. I thought black mold was growing in the wall's tile joints, but they are full of cracks. Just full of cracks when I looked closely. The bathroom was small for such a large mansion. When you get out of the tub, most you can do is stand and dry yourself. Were all Western-style tubs like this? No. I don't think 2 people will fit in here. What? Did you just say something? No, nothing. It's only big enough for 1 person. Aha, so you did hear me. Nami also came into the bathroom. Hey, do you think that the hot water is working? Sorry, I'm drinking some Wawa. Turned on the shower head a little. Just as I thought, cold red water trickled out. Maybe the plumbing doesn't work here. Almost giving up hope, I spun the faucet a lot. After a bit, the water started to clear up and steam began to rise at the same time. I dipped my hand in the running hot water. Ah, the temperature's great. Water. How is it? Nami also reached for the water. To mess with her, I quickly turned it off. She slightly scowled at me and went back to the washroom. Are you mad? She didn't respond. When I went back to the washroom, Nami had taken a bath towel hanging next to the sink. You're gonna use their towels? It's fine. I'll only wash my body and wipe the water. Once it dries, it'll be like I wasn't here. Ew. She boldly said that and went to my side in the bathroom. You're not gonna take your clothes off? I obviously won't do that out here. Ah, right. Alright, since I'll go in first. Nami closed the sliding door. She said, oh, this door's stiff. It won't close all the way. Something was rattling, which was typical for a poorly closing sliding door. What are you mad about? It's fine. Leave it alone. But this has a lock. I looked up and she said with a scary face, you better not look. I won't. You got that right. I'll break up with you if you look. Okay, okay. In the end, Nami took a shower with the door still unlocked. Who would lock a shower door, though? That's weird. I could faintly see Nami's gestures of hanging up the towel and taking off her clothes through the frosted glass, thinking it was nice to see her so lively. Okay, so I have some choices. As I promised her, so I turned a blind eye. B, I asked, can I come in too? Or C, I was the one who promised her, but I laid my hand on the glass door. I'm not going to be a dick. I'm going to turn a blind eye. I promised her, so I turned a blind eye. Oh, that's right. We forgot to change of clothes. I'll go get the change of clothes from the foyer. I called out to Nami and went to the foyer. I wouldn't be going by myself. What the fuck, bud? Took the bag aside and looked around the entrance hall. It was quiet. I looked at the clock and saw the hands exactly pointing to 10 o'clock. So many strange things have happened, but if we can manage to survive until morning... The sounds of the armor again. Oh no, I hear the music. I looked where it was supposed to be from earlier, but it was gone. The sounds came from the direction of the bathroom. I returned to the hallway. Perhaps because the armor turned around the end of the hallway, just the sounds faded out. They act like that's fucking normal. If some armor statue's just like walking around, no big deal. I ran. However, when I approached the washroom, I suddenly heard Nami scream from inside. Yeah! Nami, what's wrong? Panicking, I opened the washroom door. I entered the washroom just as Nami dashed out of the bathroom. Nami's wet, white skin pierced my eyes. She was stark naked. As our eyes met, I stammered, uh-oh. Nami squatted down, curled her back, and frantically screamed, Get out! Get out! Ah! I'm sorry! I rushed out into the hallway. Look away! Yes, of course. Nami roughly closed the washroom's glass door. Nami, what's wrong? Something happened? I didn't do that on purpose. I was worried. I was definitely worried, but also felt like I got something out of this. No, you must not come in. She still sounded angry. I spoke as calmly and gently as possible. Okay, I won't come in until you say I can. But are you okay? You said it was hot, so did you get burned? I'm okay, it only just started to burn. Please wait a little longer. What happened? The shower suddenly got hotter, so I tried to stop it, but it became unbearably hot. It was cramped in there with nowhere to run away, so I dashed out. Just as I thought, the equipment may be worn out. Your body's okay? You didn't get burned or anything? I'm okay. I got out of there right away. Oh, I'll put on change clothes here. I put the bag in front of the glass door. The door opened a little and Nami reached out for it. A while later, I heard Nami say, Okay, you can come in. I went inside and it was full of steam. The air had a lukewarm humidity that stuck to the skin. Nami looked prim and proper again in her change of clothes. She was drying her hair in front of the mirror. Her cheeks were red from the shower. I'm sorry about before. No, it's okay. I looked into the bathroom. More and more steam was rising, and hot water was still coming out of the shower. I dipped my hand into it. Ouch! This water's boiling! You said it. If you were too late, you would have been badly burned. Oh, maybe that's why there's so many burn medicines. A small light bulb went off in my head. Nami said, Ah! But isn't that the wrong way to look at it? Normally, you'd just fix the bath. Well, I can't complain too much about someone else's house. But at least you're okay. But what to do? The shower won't stop heating up. Can't use it in this state. Well, that's it. I remember seeing a big machine in the back of the house. Based on its location, I wondered if it was a boiler or something. I'll go look. I'll go to the boiler room. Hello! Hello, Cheryl Mason. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Hang on just a second. My Japanese isn't that great, so I apologize. Hisashiburi. I'll go to the boiler room. Huh? There's one here? There's something similar to one earlier. I'll go look for it. Will you be okay? Yeah, I'll be back soon. Leaving her with that, I left. I got a bad feeling. I was just about to come out of the dark hallway. At the iron back door, I remembered the sounds of the armor from earlier. There's no way it went this way. I gulped and grabbed the knob. I boldly pulled the door and quickly jumped back. Nothing. Oof! Rain mostly stopped. Guess I'll go. When I tried to step forward, someone behind me put a hand on my shoulder. No! Gah! It was Nami. I shouted, "What the heck?" But I was alone and scared. She spoke sweetly. Please don't talk to me so suddenly like that. I lost 10 years of my life from that scare. But okay, fine. Well, we'll go together and get dirty again. Then what are you doing here? Don't get so mad. Where's the boiler room? Look, we can see the light from the bathroom over there. A basement or something is near it. It's close. Yeah. Okay, I'll stay here, and you'll come back as soon as you're done. What? You said it was close. You don't want to go together? I'd get dirty again. I noticed she was barefoot. Girl, put some shoes on. Ah, got it. Then I'll go. Went down the concrete steps. If it gets dangerous, I'll call out and we'll go home. Dangerous? What do you mean, dangerous? I started to walk along a wall on my left. Wet ivy leaves were rustling. Before long, the entrance appeared as if a gaping hole opened in the wall. I went down the dark stone steps and pointed the flashlight inside. Oh yeah, this is the boiler room. Hang on, I got itchy ear. Oh, that feels good. Itchy ear. Okay. You can still hear me, right? Okay, cool. A big, featureless silver machine stood out in the darkness. Above me, several metal pipes were coming out of the walls and the ceiling. Just as I thought, here's the boiler. I shined the flashlight on some kind of meter in front of me. What's this? The gauge's needle was already past 80 Celsius. Scratch his ear with foot. Yeah, let me get that little scratch. 80 degrees Celsius and still climbing. Holy crap, that's hot. Thank goodness the water temperature was only starting to rise earlier. If Nami had gotten to this kind of boiling water, I gotta chill down my spine. Oof. Yeah, 80 degrees Celsius. That's not good. Found the water temperature control knob and was surprised again. I saw it had been set to 100 Celsius. Why is this set so high? Come to think of it, there was a strange sound. Both the mansion and the boiler were probably old. You don't say. I turned down the temperature control knob to 40 Celsius. For now, all I could do was check the bath. I kind of want somebody to draw a gif of me scratching my ear with my foot. Thank you for the idea, Shar. When I returned to the back door, Nami asked, "How was it?" I said, "Nami." It was boiling water because the boiler controls were set to 100 Celsius. Huh? She was speechless. Well, when the water first came out, I think your bath was about 50 Celsius, but I think the temperature control was 80 Celsius now. Yes, 80. Completely deadly. I talked a little excitedly as we entered the mansion. Oh, that made me jump a little bit. But why something like 100 Celsius? Won't that be too hot to get in? Duh. Yeah. But I adjusted the dial to 40 Celsius, so I think the bath should be fine now. I've had enough. I'm scared. Besides, I already took a shower. You also changed clothes, so I can't force you. We returned to the washroom. Do you think it's really cooled down? I opened the bathroom sliding door all the way. Wah! Hot white steam hit our faces. It hung in the air like the inside of a cloud. But the shower's temperature was already going down. I reached out and turned it off. At any rate, it stopped. Somebody just scared the shit out of me. Somebody just sprayed the side of the house, and it made me jump. 100 Celsius is when the temp starts to boil. Jesus Christ, that's way too hot. At any rate, it stopped. We can relax a bit now. Nami giggled. Hey, I wonder what time it is. Remembered I saw a clock earlier. It's your father, Luke. I remembered I saw a clock earlier. I think it's past 10 o'clock. Huh? Nami, weren't you wearing a watch? Oh, looks like I accidentally dropped it at some point. I'm sure I had it when we went to the dining room. I see. Okay, I'll help you look for it later. That being said, I deliberately made my face look weak. Sorry, but I may take a shower first. When the steam hit me now, I really wanted to go in. I'll get out after 5 minutes. The hot water's filling up and I'm already here. You don't have to ask so seriously. Ah, right, I'll wait outside. Nami got her wet polo shirt and shorts from the bathroom and was wringing them out as she came back. She had taken them off as she went in earlier. She asked, hey, is the drainage here bad? None of the hot water from earlier is going down. Ugh. Lovely. Looked in the tub. No, my father. My father was spraying the side of the house with water. He washes the air conditioner sometimes because of crap in it. I looked in the tub. The hot water here was draining a little bit better than the washroom, but it was almost overflowing. Is it plugged up? I got in and looked for the drainage hole, but I couldn't see anything like one in front of me. I looked into a fist-sized gap between it and the back wall. Yeah! A pool of hot water on the floor had long black tangled hair that swayed and floated like seaweed. Luke, I am your father. It seemed to be causing the blockage, but judging from the length, it wasn't Nami's hair. I didn't know why, but it eerily made me think of a drowned body. Ooh. I slightly hesitated. I looked away and thrust my right hand into the hot water. Ooh. The long, thin, rustling hair tingled my fingers and palm. Gross. Deliberately trying to be thick-skinned, I grabbed what felt like hundreds of strands of hairs all at once and forcibly pulled them up. Now I know what my dad has to deal with when he has to unclog the drain. My mom and I both have long hair, so it's like, ooh. Some parts I felt smoothly falling out of my hands. Ooh. Other parts it was like I could hear the sounds of ripping hair traveling through my arms. Hi Lucy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. For a moment it felt like the hair was pulling me. I let up all my strength and then continued to carefully pull. Yeah, I bet it stanks. Before long, the hair little by little split in two with a big splash. Ooh! A lot more hair than I expected appeared on the water's surface. Would they not clean this in like 40 years or something? I pulled up the long wet hair too strongly and it curled around my arms like a living thing. Nasty. Gritting my teeth, I got out of the tub. When Nami saw the stuff in my hand, she covered her mouth with her hands and looked away. I don't blame her. The surface of the water was extremely filthy. I'm gagging just thinking about it. I'm glad you're doing well. Thank you for being here. I carelessly dragged out paper from the holder on the left wall, stooped down, and scraped off the hair on my arms into the trash bin under the sink. Gag. Did someone get a haircut? I deliberately said something dumb to hide my disgust. But I wasn't entirely joking either. It was unlikely that the hair gathered there had simply fallen out. Unless... I flushed the paper I'd used to dry my hands, and then I went into the sink and painstakingly washed my hands more than I needed to. Don't blame ya. Hey, is the drain still blocked? It's quickly going down. Thank goodness. There might still be some hair left, but it should be fine if it's draining out on its own. I didn't want to touch any of it again. Okay then, I'll get in. I plan to get out soon, but it won't be pretty if the owner comes home. Got it. Nami headed for the sink and started washing her clothes. I forced the door a little and it fully closed with a click. Wait, it's closing now? The water was still a little hot, but not so hot I couldn't get in. Let me drink a little bit of water, speaking of which. And once again, thank y'all for being here, chilling. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the donations. And I'll be sure to put that donation from Shar to Lulu's vet bills. So thank you. Threw my clothes onto the floor. I stepped into the tub filled with the brim with hot water and slowly immersed my body into it. I washed my face with hot water and let out a big sigh. Oh god, a hot bath sounds so good right now. I felt slightly revived. I'd prefer if the owner didn't come home. In that case, I'd leisurely rest here and go back home tomorrow. Yeah, I've fallen asleep in the bathtub before. I feel that. My mood was improving and I felt full of energy. I was thinking rather selfishly. I don't think that'll happen. I turned the shower on. It wasn't that stupidly hot water anymore. What a nice feeling. Oh, I carelessly forgot the soap and towel. I used my hands to clean off the mud stuck to my feet. The hot water rapidly became dirty. That's why this is a Western-style tub. I was using the owner's bath at my convenience and saying whatever I wanted. I liked myself like this. Yeah, hot shower sounds nice, even though it's like really hot here still. Okay, I'll get out soon. I purposely shouted to Nami so she could hear me, but no reply from the washroom. Oh no, what happened? Oh god damn it, that scared me. I hit the sliding door. I'm coming out! But no reply. That's weird. Maybe she went somewhere? Oh, I get it. She's hiding again to scare me. I put my hand on the sliding door and said, I know you're out there, so... But the door wasn't opening. Oh, fuck. It would open about the thickness of my fingers, but immediately close again as if pushing back. Oh, God. I'm in danger! I know you're out there. Open the door. Thinking Nami was holding it down, I hit and pulled the rattling sliding door. But I sensed that Nami really wasn't there. I don't like this. I wasn't fitting earlier, so since I forced it closed, I tried a bunch of things like slightly rattling it up and down, but it still wouldn't open. Yeah, just imagine being stuck naked in the shower. Suddenly, even though it should be off, hot water spouted out from the shower. Oh, shit. Hurriedly spun the faucet, but it was already turned down all the way. No way. I got a bad hunch about this. Let me out! Nami, open the door! Nami! I screamed as loudly as I could, but no reply. Death trap, indeed. I looked down and saw the metal slab the size of some chewing gum nailed to the floor wall. English. I looked down, and I saw a metal slab the size of some chewing gum nailed to the door rail, not the door wall. Words. What the heck is this? It was like a prop preventing the door from opening. Earlier, it couldn't close well. Without a doubt, this was why. My thumb got sore from trying too hard to tear it off. It was no use. What am I supposed to do? Found a window, but it was too small for me to get out through. My bad hunch proved to be right. The water from the shower was getting hotter and hotter. Dense white steam enveloped the room. It was becoming painful to breathe. Soon, it'll be unbearable. I got out by breaking the glass. Ow. Hold on. I was putting on my clothes, and a terrible thought came to me. Thank goodness the temperature only rose slowly now, but what if the door had completely closed when Nami was in there earlier? Luckily, it happened to not fully close because she isn't as strong as me. Maybe, if I had taken a shower first, I became worried about Nami. Okay, I got some choices. Let me go ahead and let them... Okay, so 2 choices. A, maybe she's looking for a clock. I went to the dining room. Or B, she might be resting on the sofa. I went to the foyer. So what do we want to do, guys? Do we want to go to the dining room or do we want to go to the foyer? First person in the chat that says it picks where we go. Dining room or foyer, kids? I'm gonna drink a little bit of water while you guys ponder that. I might need a refill on my water here soon. Actually, you know what? Foyer? Foyer it is. Let's foyer it up. She might be resting on the sofa. I went to the foyer. But Nami wasn't there. Where'd she go? I heard the sound of the wheelchair from upstairs. Oh, is that gonna be the mummy again? The dining foyer. I looked up and saw a woman in a white dress slowly pushing the mummy in its wheelchair through the hallway. I quickly hid myself in the shadow of the stairs. She disappeared into the right corridor with the wheelchair. Sounds like she went into one of the rooms. But could she be the owner? I stealthily climbed the stairs. When I looked into the right hallway upstairs, light shined through the gap of just one door. I peeked into the keyhole. Nami was standing there with a blank look in her eyes. Nami didn't even notice me come in. Nami! Surprised, she turned to me. What the heck are you doing in a place like this? Oh, I was looking for you. I'm sorry. What was I doing? Before I knew it, Why did you come upstairs? I was walking through the hallway looking for my watch. Then somebody called out to me. Ma'am, if you're in some random house and people are calling out to you, you fucking run. Nami a dumb bitch. Called out to you? Was someone there? Maybe the woman in the white dress? No, in the end I didn't find anyone. But then I felt like I was being called to. What did you hear? I heard, Nami-san. Your name? Why Nami's name? Okay then, we'll get around to that later, but first, her story. Okay, after that I thought they called me from upstairs. No, I felt they did, but I don't know for sure where I heard it from. But nobody was there, and this room was open. Went in? Yeah. No, that was dangerous. You didn't suspect anything at all in this unfamiliar mansion? You only heard your name being called out? I spoke like I was scolding her. Nami made a curious face and said, oh, you're right. Normally I'd think the same. For whatever reason, I didn't feel scared at all. I don't know why. She was repeatedly twisting her neck, reflecting on her own behavior. Ever since we came here, she's been rather strange. Yeah, there's something up with Nami. I don't know what it is, but I guess we'll find out. Well, strange things have happened, so it was natural she's acting strangely. Besides that, the fact that somebody called out to her. Hey, that voice that called out to your name, was it possibly a woman's? Oh, then what happened next? Nami cut me off and pointed to the top of the dresser. Just as I entered this room and saw those dolls, I became dazed for some reason. Oh, those aren't creepy at all. Two Western-style girls' dolls were on the dresser. They were completely identical with red jumper skirts. These? I picked them up. Let me see them for a bit. As if the dolls were something very important to her, Nami gently held them to her cheeks. Never seen her like this before, a very relieved expression. What is it? Something I very fondly remember. I feel like I've become a kid again. When I was a boy, these kinds of dolls all looked the same to me. No, it's not like that. These are special. Huh. Spellbound, Nami shut her eyes. I don't really understand girls' feelings about these. Oh yeah, besides that, I saw the mummy again from earlier. Someone in a white dress was pushing it. Mm-hmm. She was still in a daze. I think she could be the owner. Nami opened her eyes. I felt like she was still dreaming. I headed for the exit and said, I'm curious and want to go investigate. Okay. Nami gently put the dolls back like they were prized possessions. When they left the room, she waved to them like she was reluctant to leave them. Bye-bye. Okay, that's creepy as hell. That's creepy. Hey, Lonesome, if you're there, could I get a refill on my water? If not, I can run and get it. Not a big deal. I'll give it a couple minutes. Let me take a sip of water. I think the woman went into a room here somewhere. We looked around all the rooms upstairs one by one, except for the one that was locked. We couldn't find the mummy or the woman in the white dress. With no options left, we went downstairs again. I said, that's strange. Are you sure you saw them? You're pretty careless, Nook-san. No, I'm sure I saw them. I then thought it would be dangerous if they found me, so I quickly hid here. Moving a little exaggeratedly like an action star, I got behind the stairs and leaned close to the wall. Quickly, huh? Laughing, Nami imitated me. Right, so from here, the woman in the white dress. Hey! Nami hit my shoulder. Look here! Under a support for the stairs, there were what looked like to be scratch marks. I might have added some words there, I apologize. I brought the flashlight near them. I'll read a couple more pages and then I think I'm gonna go get a refill on water. So, yeah. I brought the flashlight near them. Nami was carved in there. And Naomi was engraved just below it. Ooh, ominous music. It wasn't only one set of them. Engraved at the bottom center of the support were the names Nami and Naomi. Or Naomi. I guess it'd be Naomi since it's Japanese. Straight scratch marks were next to each. I wonder what this is, Nami calmly said. A comparison of heights? Oh, I see. That's right, I could accept names carved in a place like that if that were true. Didn't we all do that as kids? Nami and Naomi are 2 children in this house. Hey, Nook-san. What? Did that woman in the white dress look like me? No, I didn't get a good look at her face. I see. Nami, you're not thinking of something strange, are you? What? Something strange? No, I can't say it well, but since you asked if she looked like you... Not really. Nami suddenly narrowed her eyes. I don't really think of it as strange. Only, somehow, I just thought she might. Alright then. Oh, my legs are numb from squatting down. I stood up. Okay. You guys pick the choices. I am gonna go grab some water, okay? Be right back. Okay. I'm back. Looks like you guys have been discussing it. I guess we'll put it to a vote. I'll put in a poll. Alright, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, we'll give that a minute or so and I'll just drink some water. And just chill. My mom said thank you, Shar, for the donation for Lulu. We will go ahead and put that towards her vet bills. Thank you so much. Hear me? No! You hear me? No! Thank you. It really does help. I'm scared to see what those vet bills are gonna be like. Ugh, you hear me? Okay. Give it another minute or so. Let people vote. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for hanging out and, just chilling with me. This has been kind of an interesting thing. I saw a video about it a few months ago. I was like, oh, that'd be good for Halloween, But they said the more times you play through it, the more that the story branches off, and then eventually you can get to the true ending. I might do that off screen. I don't know. This is going to be my first run. Okay, let's go ahead and end that poll. Oh, thank you. I just didn't have time to fix the stuff on the bottom. Because I kind of did it the last minute, literally 10 minutes before stream started. Thank you, Lucy. Okay, So the vote is 75% of you said to investigate. To rest. So we're gonna investigate. All right. Here we go. Back to the game. Let's rest on the sofa a bit. Okay. I'm tired. I relaxed my whole body and lay on the sofa. I would not be able to relax in this mansion with all the goofy ass shit happening. You look like an old person. I can't help it. I'm really tired. I absent-mindedly looked in front of me. A large tapestry hung on the wall above the fireplace. It depicted 3 people playing in a field, but because of their exotic appearance and the extreme stylization, I couldn't clearly make out the ages or genders. Still, it conveyed well that they were having fun. When I looked down to the table in front of me, its surface had a relief of 3 people playing. I wonder why there are 3 people. Huh? Did you say something? No, I hear a piano. Oh, shit, son. Oh, shit. I heard a piano. They are gender fluids. Who do you think is playing it? It's from over there. We went to the left part of the hallway. Be cool if we had people like somebody was the narrator and then somebody read the stuff for Nami and then somebody read the stuff for the main character. But, maybe if we do another playthrough, that'd be kind of fun. The Mario 64 piano. With the teeth. I loved that piano. I heard it from a door on the right. They won't stop playing it. What should we do? We opened the door. Because we're dumb. It was pitch black inside. And the music grew louder. I pointed the flashlight around. The circular light illuminated things like bookshelves and a table. Eventually it caught onto a grand piano. But nobody was sitting at it. The piano was playing by itself. Nami clung onto my arm. No way! I noticed a light switch on the wall nearby. The lights turned on and it eased my fear a little. I approached the piano. Okay, Char, thank you for being here. Hope you have a good one. I'll go ahead and demod you. You've been demoted. Thank you for covering for a little bit. Bye, Char. Have a great day. I approached the piano. Nobody was touching it, but the keys were busily going up and down. I looked at the floor and a power cable was coming out from the piano. What? It's fine. It's simply an automatic piano. What? On top of the piano there was a small candlestick. I lit it with a lighter. This'll set the mood. Yeah. A painting is on the wall next to the piano. It also depicted 3 people, this time a mother and 2 young girls playing at a lake. Would that be maybe Nami and Naomi? Hey Nami, something's been bothering me for a while. Why 3 people? Nami's eyes were glued to the painting. For some reason, she turned pale with sweat on her forehead. Yeah, it has something to do with her, I'm sure. Nami, are you okay? I put my hands on her shoulders. And she was muttering like she was delirious. No way, Yeah! The wind suddenly blew and spread the candle's fire onto the fluttering curtains. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, what is going on here? Yeah! Flaming curtains covered Nami's face. Look out! I took her hand and rolled away from the piano. Before my own eyes, the flames climbed up the curtain and started to scorch the ceiling. This is terrible. I have to put it out. I looked around in a panic, but nothing nearby could help me extinguish it. I frantically looked around to figure out where the water was in the mansion. Quick, cream on the curtains! Okay, what do we want to do? Entrance, bathroom, or kitchen? Where are we going for the water, guys? First person that says it in the chat gets it. And sends us to our doom. I'd say the bathroom, but that's just me. Okay, we're all in consensus. Let's go with the bathroom then. That's it. There's a water pipe in the bathroom. Maybe I can put it out if I pull water from there. Nami, get out of here as soon as you can. I started running to the bathroom. But right away I stopped and held my head in my hands. I don't have a hose! The fire would spread even more if I looked for a hose. Where else was water in the mansion? I frantically looked around again. What about a fucking bucket, dude? Toilet. That's it, the entrance, or that's it, the kitchen. Where are we going now, guys? Entrance or kitchen? Oh, I was gonna say, the entrance had that aquarium, though. Toilet. Toilet's not a choice, lobster. Kitchen? Going for the kitchen. Okay. Most houses keep a fire extinguisher in the kitchen. I know my ex-boyfriend did, anyway. Ran to the hallway in a great hurry and opened the door to the dining room. It was probably expired, but I digress. I kicked chairs away and looked under the kitchen counter. There it is. I rushed back to the piano room with a fire extinguisher. Kitchen do have a sink. Dense black smoke was already floating to the ceiling. The half-burned curtains shook in the wind, and the flames were spreading. Oh, goddamn. What? But it looked like Nami hadn't tried to get away from the fire because she was standing right next to the piano. What are you doing? It's dangerous here. But there was a strange look in Nami's eyes, like she was possessed. She was completely still and staring at the fire. It was like she couldn't even hear me. Get out of the way! I pushed Nami away from the fire and pointed the extinguisher hose at it. Nami's a dumb bitch. Something's up with her. A fierce white smoke rose from it. Even as the smoke choked me, I aimed at the red flames through it and covered them in extinguisher fluid. And creams. Before long, the extinguisher was empty. The wind blowing through the window carried the smoke outside. In the remaining hazy smoke, I noticed one flickering fire left on the carpet, like a small red tongue. I stamped it out with my shoes and turned around. GG. I think this is pretty linear, so I don't know if a GG is needed. I managed to stop it. The walls were scorched black. The floor was sopping wet. Somehow, though, the piano wasn't burned. Nami was a little away and was refusing to move. I felt like she was in a daze from shock. It's fine now. The fire's out. Nami was silent. Yeah, something up with this girl. Don't worry, I'm responsible for clearing this up. Words came out her half-open mouth. Nami. Naomi. Oh, this is getting creepy. That's right, I remembered. I felt it somewhere ever since we came here. She's the Nami that they're after, I think. She slowly stood up, approached the piano, and started moving strangely. That's right, I'll understand if I crouch like this. I was always watching the piano from here. I was always watching Mother from this position. Then Naomi was here. A fire. A fire! Nami suddenly grimaced and screamed. She gotta be a ghost. What if we're all dead? What if this is like the Sixth Sense? Nami! I raised my voice and she looked at me in surprise as if noticing my presence. Nook-san! What's the matter? What is it? This was my childhood home. I lived here a long time ago, Nook-san. Huh? I remembered because of that fire. This was my childhood home. What? I've never heard that story before. Why didn't you tell me? No, I just remembered it now. Have you seen my brother? No. I had completely forgotten it. I never had any memories of my childhood. That was always a mystery to me. But nobody ever told me. Now I understand. Now I remembered. No way. I was dumbfounded. Oh, then that mummy. Nami stood up and started running to the door. Nami, where are you going? I chased after her and grabbed her arm just before she got out of the door. Let go! Let go! I won't. That mummy is my family. Either my mother or my older sister. Calm down, calm down. Nami tried to struggle free from my grip, but I was more powerful and kept holding her tight. Suddenly she went limp. Did you calm down? The blood drained from her face and her eyes couldn't focus. Did something happen while I wasn't here? Something to my mother's body? Or my older sister's body? Hey, Nook-san! She suddenly looked at me with a brooding expression. Hey, I have to go find that mummy. I have to go find it. Ooh. Okay, so do we wanna go with her, or do we wanna calm down first? Let's put it to a vote. Okay. I really like this music for this game. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it to a vote. If anybody's lurking and wants to vote. Everybody wants to go with her, it seems. I'll give it a minute. Anybody wants to change their mind? I think everybody wants to go. So we'll go ahead and end the poll. Okay, we'll do it. We'll go. We'll go. We'll go. Okay. Go to Burger King? I wish I could. But I won't let you go alone. Let's go together. I'll follow your lead. Nami and I left the piano room. This really reminds me of Clock Tower on Super Famicom. Like that sound. I think they use a lot of the same sound effects, maybe. The foyer was completely silent, as if nothing happened. Okay, how about we check upstairs? I slowly climbed the stairs. Nami said okay, but there was no way she was that dumb. She was just a little confused from all these creepy things happening and finding her own name. If we found nothing after going around the mansion once, we'd rest on the sofa or something. Tomorrow, it'll all be a funny story. Sure. Okay, which room will we check? I went to the hallway upstairs and turned around. Huh? Nami was gone. What the fuck is going on? Where did I lose sight of her? She was supposed to be behind me. I know. Should we look down the foyer or look at the end of the hallway stairs? What do you think, Lobster? What do you think, Lucy? Anybody else here? What y'all think? Did you accidentally delete a message? Oh. Lobster. You okay? He accidentally deleted your message, Lucy. I'm sorry. He's recovering from surgery, so he's a little bit loopy. Okay, we went ahead with option A. I looked down to the foyer. I turned around and sudden sound, and an empty wheelchair was rapidly chasing me from behind. Oh no, not the wheelchair! Ah! I dodged it by a hair. The wheelchair crashed into the handrail of the stairs. If it hit me, it might have rolled down the stairs with it. Damn. But I noticed something else. The instant I turned around, I caught a glance of a person who thrust the wheelchair at me. Was it Nami? But she looked exactly like Nami. No way, Nami. If it was her, that was an inexcusable joke. Has she lost her mind and gone crazy? I happened to notice some kind of shiny silver object in the wheelchair seat. It was a wrench. Oh, this is mine. Packing tape was rolled around it, and Nooks was written on it. It was from the toolbox in my car. This thing, the hell? Then a nearby door opened. Oh, Nami! She had a vacant look on her face. Hey, I was worried. I ran up to her. The wheelchair is a moderator. Then she went back into the room without looking at me and shut the door. So there's a chick that looks like Nami, too. Interesting. Hey! I ran up and opened the door. Excuse me? Nami was on the bed in the right corner and covering her face. What's the matter, Nami? Without even looking up, she pointed at the desk. It looked like she was crying. A single photo was on the desk. The old sepia photo showed two girls, both about 3 years old, standing together and wearing the same white blouse. I'm guessing that's Nami and Naomi? They were wearing the same clothes, but their faces were so similar that they could have been the same person. Were they identical twins? What did Nami think when she saw it? I guessed everything. But I deliberately asked her, "What's wrong with this?" She looks like me. I heard Nami's muffled sobs through the bed sheets. Where? I don't see any resemblance at all. Look closely. Look closely with me. These children won't grow up to be nearly as beautiful as you. Aww, I'm so sweet. No, you don't give me that. What do you mean? The name tags on their chests. Name tags? Name tags were on the girls' chests. Each was Nami and Naomi. But this is a coincidence. I was hesitating and Nami looked up. Then that moment our eyes met, she suddenly covered her face with hands and ran out of the room. She slammed the door in my face. I was stunned after what happened just now. Was it really true that, like she said, she lived here a long time ago with an older sister? Okay, that wasn't Nami from earlier, but her older sister Naomi? If they were twins, it wouldn't be odd that they looked exactly alike. But why? Why would Nami's older sister tamper with the car and attack me? Does she have a grudge or something against us? Come to think of it, I remember what happened in the bathroom. If Naomi was to blame for that too, I didn't know why she had a grudge against us, but in any case, it definitely seemed like she was trying to harm us. I became worried for Nami's safety. I'm gonna take it. Remember to hydrate, guys. Yummy water. Nami went out to the hallway. The door to the room in the back of the mansion had just closed. Maybe it was Naomi's room. I walked towards it, but I happened to look down and saw wet footprints continuing to another room. Then there were sounds of a piano from below. Why in the world is Nami? Ooh, good. We're gonna do a poll here. What do run to door that just closed? Go to the piano hall? Or follow wet footprints? I can't spell footprints, but we're going with it. Okay, guys. You guys make the call. I'll give it a minute or so. And you know what? I'm going to open a program here real quick to help with going through tabs real quick. Give me just a second. I will go on to the day talking thing and fix that real quick. Let's see. Gotta open Steam here real quick. And open that one program that'll make it easier to bounce through windows. Okay. Let's see if that works better. Ah, perfect. Okay, we're good. Okay. So, it looks like y'all want me to follow the wet footprints, so that is what we're going to do. Alright. Ready, guys? Let's do it. Sorry about that. Just getting Borderless Gaming up. The windows are bouncy. Hey, A13, welcome to the stream. Let's go. Followed the wet footprints. They continued to the room where we first found the mummy. I heard voices inside. I held my breath and peeked inside through the keyhole. Oh, there were 2 Namis inside! Oh shit, I guess I ought to go back to the game, huh? Whoops, hang on a second. I made a boo-boo. Anyway, there were 2 Namis inside. One was collapsed on the floor. Ah, fuck. The other was standing in front of her and wearing a sopping wet white dress. But they had the exact same face. The one on the floor was wearing Nami's clothes from earlier. So Nami was the one in the white dress? She looked just like Nami, but she was screaming and thrusting a knife at her. Oh no. Come on, you're coming with me to our younger brother. Brother? Now there's a brother too? But I had no time to think about it. Naomi started bringing the knife closer to Nami. Stop! I barged into the door and jumped at Naomi's hand holding the knife. Don't interfere. Are you Naomi? Why are you doing this to your own sister? This doesn't concern you. Naomi resisted, but when I grabbed the knife from her, she ran out to the hallway through the open door. Murder. Nami, are you okay? Nook-san. Her voice was shaking. Was that your older sister Naomi just now? Why was she thrusting a knife at you? What was she going on about with a younger brother? Was he here? I was so provoked that I kept on talking, but Nami only sadly stared at me. You're not hurt? I'm okay. Thank you. If you hadn't come, I don't know what would have happened. That much is obvious, but more importantly, was that Naomi? That's right. She told me. I'm your older sister. I'm shocked. Where's the story with you? What's the story with you or brother? I don't know. I don't know. Her voice was tight. Okay, I won't force you to remember. A book was on the floor. I took it and saw it was a diary. Is it the same one from earlier? Inside, Naomi movingly wrote about her pain and loneliness after her mother's death and having to take care of her sick brother all alone. It read, I'm afraid to sleep. What if I wake up and find Naoki dead? If he dies, just thinking about it breaks my heart. I'd really be all alone. But his suffering, his screams. He said, I'd rather die than not be cured. Can't stand living like this. Naomi, please kill me. Please, let me pass peacefully. Kill me. Oh, Naoki. If given the choice, I should have been sick. It can't be helped I have to live with all these awful burns. Why did he become this sick? Why do I have to go on living all alone, Naoki? Choking up crying, Nami started to speak. That person, Naomi, she read this to me and made me listen the whole time until you came here. It was so hard for her to be without me, and until Naoki died, he always said that he missed me. But I don't know. She said the three of us were together for a long time. Oh, a long time ago, but I don't remember him. And it was my fault for burning her in the fire I started. I said, don't blame yourself for that. You still don't know what that for sure. Even if it is true, it happened when you were only a child. But, I hugged her tightly and opened the diary to the last page. Naomi had written, sink me into my ocean. When I die, sink my body into my ocean. After I followed Naoki's final wishes, I really became all alone. Damn, the diary ended there. What did he mean by his ocean? Then I realized something. Nami, maybe he's still alive. Huh? The mummy's eyes, they look just like yours. Like mine? The mummy? Earlier, I thought they were Naomi's eyes, but maybe your brother turned into that mummy. But Naomi's diary said he died. I saw her eyes when I struggled for the knife, but there was something off about them. Maybe he's still alive, and she just believes he died. Nami, I'm sure there's only one room we haven't seen upstairs. Yeah, that locked room. Oh, I might find something out if I go there. Oh, jeez. I headed for the exit. Wait, I'll go too. Are you sure? You can stay here and lock the door. Nami resolutely said, no, I'll go. It's my problem. It's my family's problem. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. She wasn't crying anymore. Okay, let's go together. I'm intrigued now. That locked room's door was closed. Was it still locked? I grabbed the doorknob. Oop! Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain in the back of my head. Did Nami hit him over the head? Then, I blacked out. What the hell? When I lightly opened my eyes, I saw the red carpet of the hallway. Murder. Ugh. My head was still sore. I tried to hold my head with my right hand, but I noticed that I couldn't move. I've been bound to the wheelchair. Oh god. Damn it! I was shaking my body, but I couldn't undo the ropes. Oh, you woke up. I heard a voice from behind. Nami, is that you? Undo these ropes. I turned my head to try and look behind me, but I couldn't see her face. Well, shall we go? The woman behind me began to push the wheelchair. You're not Nami, are you? Her voice was exactly the same, but was this Naomi? I was lonely. I was really alone. But you wouldn't understand. You've forgotten about us. This isn't Nami. Then where is she? It's so unfortunate what happened to Naoki. He suffered until his last moments, when he was all skin and bones. It's nice she's given a free ride. Yeah, very nice after bopping you over the head, right? Even so, I always dreamed of the three of us living together until the end. And yet, you didn't come. What is this story? Besides, where is she taking me? Even after Naoki died, you didn't come. I hated you. It was all because you caused that fire. She seemed to be mistaking me for Nami. I managed to get my hand free and got my lighter from my pocket. The wheelchair was slowly going through the second floor hallway. Father died from that fire of yours. Mother became sick from the shock. Then my forehead. For a moment, Naomi hesitated to speak. Even so, Naoki was still fine for some time. Even I didn't know it was all your fault. I lit my lighter and brought it to my ropes. Since Mother died, I read her diary. Then I knew the truth. It was around that time Naoki's body started to act strange. Her voice started to shake and her wheelchair stopped. We were right in front of the stairs. Suddenly, she started to scream. You must atone for this! Killing father, making mother bedridden, and making Naoki die from an unknown disease. Finally leaving me all alone with these burns. The scars have never gone away. Naoki missed you until he died, so now you must atone for this. Let's go meet him. I'll make you listen to our story of how we suffered so much until now. Now you and I will go together to his ocean. The ropes finally snapped. I could move the upper half of my body, but I couldn't untie the ropes of my feet. At my feet. I turned around. Where did you take Nami? The woman had the same face as Nami, but was looking at the ceiling with a terrifying expression. I don't know what kinds of painful experiences you had, but it happened when Nami was a child. It wasn't her fault. Who the hell are you? It doesn't matter. Where did you take Nami? This doesn't concern you. She pushed the wheelchair away. Gah! I tumbled down the stairs in the wheelchair. My whole body got badly roughed up. I looked up, but the woman was already gone. I have to hurry and find Nami. I unraveled the ropes around my feet, bore with the pain, and got up. Once I crawled up the stairs, I saw a key on the floor. Maybe this. I headed for the room where I got hit on the head and blacked out when I tried to open it earlier. If Naomi mistook me for Nami, Nami should still be alive. Nami, wait for me. I'll save you for sure. Called it. I stood at the door that wouldn't open. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. I got emotional. Okay. I stood at the door that wouldn't open. The nails were already pulled out. I put the key into the keyhole. It unlocked. Opened the door. The room was horrific. Oh, is that the mummy again? Was this where Naomi said the fire started? The fire had burnt the whole room. The four walls were stained pitch black. There was a huge hole in the ceiling. The carpet had completely turned into charcoal. Wind was blowing in through a broken window. Nami wasn't here. I first saw the mummy sitting in the chair in the very center of the room. Had Naomi moved it here? This was Nami's mother. In its lap was the diary I read before I blacked out. It was open, and the last page had a new entry. Mother, I'll take Nami with me to Naoki's place. Naoki's place? Where is that? Then Naoki's final words popped into my head. Sink me into my ocean. The water tank. Oh, the water tank from the beginning. Then there was a loud sound that as the room violently shook. What? What happened? I panicked and went out to the hallway. In the hallway, I heard a splash. I ran, looked down the stairs and saw a person's shadow running away. I ran down the stairs. There was another explosion. It was bright in the other side of the hallway. Maybe the underground boiler room caught on fire. But now there was nothing. I ran to the water tank, rubbed the glass, and looked inside. Oh, God. Nami's face was swaying in the dirty water. Nami! I hit the tank with both of my hands, but it didn't budge. I took an axe that was displayed on the wall. The glass shattered. Nami and White Bones came rolling out with a flood of black water. I put my ear to her mouth. She wasn't breathing. I put my hand to her chest but felt no pulse. Nami, no way. No way! I forcefully pressed her chest down. Dirty black water came out of her mouth. But it didn't feel like she was spitting it up, only like I was pumping it out. Oh, poor Nami. Nami, I kept pushing her chest as if I'd gone crazy. Eventually, the water stopped coming out of her mouth. Nami, I'm going to kiss you, so please open your eyes. Holding her head in my arms, I started giving her mouth to mouth. Her lips were cold. I breathed in as much air as I could and sent it into her lungs. But her body was still cold and nothing happened. Nami, please, please don't die like this. I beg you, open your eyes. I lifted the upper half of her body and shook her shoulders as hard as I could. Oh, thank you for the 10 likes. This is getting weird. Her body shook without resistance, like a puppet. Oh, she did? Ha, I get it. I smiled at her. You're really just closing your eyes, right? You always used to tease me and trick me. If I cry, you'd open your eyes and say, boo! You'd laugh and say, I fell for it. Look, I'm letting go. I let go of her shoulders. Her upper body collapsed like it was a machine. Oh, shit, she really did. Oh, no. Nami. No way. Aren't you tricking me like you always do? Please just do it one more time. Look, am I not crying now? Come on, you already got me, haven't you? You can laugh now. Nami wasn't even twitching. My tears blurred what I saw of the white bones scattered on the floor. I don't know if these bones are your brother or what, but why did Nami have to die? It's not fair. I stood up and kicked up a bone. It bounced off the wall and hit a skull on the floor. These bones. The long and thin jaws had rows of sharp fangs. These aren't human bones. These were the bones from something like a dog. No way. Was there no younger brother? Did Nami go crazy from her loneliness and make it all up in a fantasy world? I got a chill and looked at Nami's face. Why? Why did Nami have to die because of that woman's fantasies? Damn it! Damn it all to hell! I'll kill her! I got up and ran to the hallway. But before I knew it, a fire had started and wouldn't let me take even one step beyond the bathroom. I opened the dining room door. No one here. I opened the study door. No one here. I opened the piano hall door. No one here. I ran up the stairs. But the flames had also spread here, so I couldn't go into the hallway. At this rate, I'll have to carry Nami out. I looked down from the second floor. Then I doubted my own eyes. Nami was gone. Okay, yeah, this is getting weird. As she woken up, for a moment I was glad. But the next, other thoughts popped in my head. Did that woman take away Nami's body? I'm drinking some water. No, that couldn't be it. I'm sure she woke up, saw the fire, and ran away. Convincing myself of that, I went down the stairs. The entrance door wouldn't open. Damn, I'll have to go out the back now. But the flames already fully covered the floor. There was nowhere to escape. Smoke and hot winds wrapped around me. Will I burn to death here? No, Nami woke up. I refused to die. Suddenly, a cold wind blew on my cheek. I turned to where it blew from. It was blowing through a gaping hole in the back of the fireplace. The walls began to crumble. I dove into the fireplace. Inside, I bent my knees and somehow got through the narrow passage. I couldn't see since it was pitch black, but it was like a shortcut. Fumbling around on the walls, I made it my way to the end. If Nami also came through here, maybe she used and played in this shortcut as a child. Did she remember that? Imagine Nami walking in front of me and bent over like me, and I called out into the darkness. Nami. No reply. No, I'm sure she's here. There. Nami has to be ahead of me. The path was descending gently. I thought it began to climb for a moment, but suddenly I saw yellow flowers in front of me. Oh, the Otogirisō. I guess we'll find out if she's alive. It was the greenhouse in the back. It comes to here. I look at the mansion and the fire already spread to the second floor. Flames are flying out of broken windows. Oh! I just saw a silhouette go into the mansion through the back entrance. No way, Nami. I panicked and ran after her. No, don't run back in! Don't run back in! What the fuck? Are you stupid? But she tripped on something and fell down. Nami had collapsed. But when my foot hit her, she didn't even budge. This was Nami. Hey, get a hold of yourself. I put my ear to her chest. She had no pulse. No! I just barely felt something now. I listened closely. I didn't hear anything. No, that's impossible. I felt a pulse now. I heard something. I started pushing my hands into her chest. Nami, hurry up and open your eyes. Wake up already. I gently spoke to her. Nami, come on. It's time to go home. You have to wake up. She didn't respond. Nami, what are you doing? Hurry up or I'll leave you behind. I pushed her chest with all my strength. You already ran this far. Why did you run there again? Come on, wake up. But no reaction. I continued pushing on her chest as if I'd gone mad. Nami! Nami! But it was no use. I realized I was rambling and hitting her chest without any real effort. Nami, why like this? Why like this? I buried my face in her chest. Oh! I heard a bit of a heartbeat. Huh? I frantically put my ear there. Yep, I hear a faint pulse. I was sure her heart was beating. Nami! I started hitting her chest again. Her heartbeat was getting stronger little by little, and before long her face started to turn red. I loudly called out, Nami! When I wondered if I heard her say that, her eyelashes moved slowly. Nook-san. Nami! I hugged her. Thank goodness, Nami. What in the world? It's okay. It's okay. I started crying. Oh, I remembered. Naomi. My sister. Nami turned into the mansion going up in flames. The mansion is burning. No way. Her face was gloomy. It couldn't be helped. She did her best saving you. My brother? What about Naoki? No, Naomi. There was no younger brother. That was all Naomi's fantasy from the beginning. A fantasy? Yes, her loneliness became worse and worse, and she made up that illusion. The bones Naomi said were her brothers were actually bones from a dog. No way. Then we heard a crazy screaming voice from the mansion. Naoki! Naoki! Naomi! No, you won't make it. I held Nami back from running into the mansion. Naoki! The next moment, the mansion began to crumble. A thunderous roar drowned out Naomi's screams. The mansion's collapse was tremendous. Before my eyes, the roof caved in, and the stone walls came crashing down. It was like only Naomi's resentment was supporting the old mansion, which collapsed as if to bury it and Naomi herself. Naomi melts into the ground. Tears dripped from her eyes. What the hell? Guess the mansion's not there anymore, guys. Otogirisō. Next to her face, a single Otogirisō, red in the fire of the burning mansion, slowly swayed in the wind. Is that the end? I'm confused. Is that the end? That was the end? Holy shit, I actually finished it? Wow. No more McMansion. That was a weird one. The music is really fucking good, though. I think I'm just gonna chill for a few minutes. GG, thank you for the GG. I didn't really do much, but read. That wasn't bad. And like I said, that was actually kind of like inspiration for games such as Fatal Frame or Silent Hill. And I just want to say, you know, it's awesome that somebody actually took the time to translate this whole Super Famicom game so we could enjoy it. I'm hoping I can find other games like this. That was really cool. Thank you, Lucy. Thanks for being here. I tried my hardest to read as well as possible, and I'm surprised my throat held up. I wonder if I can find a translation for Banshee's Last Cry, which is like Kami Tachi no Yoru. I don't think anybody's made a translation for that, but I think I have some games in mind for next time. Hey Harumi! Welcome! Good to see you! You came in just to see the game end. Peanut butter's good for the throat? Well, we give that to my dog for when we give her insulin, so we have plenty of peanut butter. But yeah, that was actually pretty fun, and I found it kind of intriguing. But yeah, I have some ideas for some like old, like obscure games to play for Halloween. And I was thinking about also playing that scary game. Oh, you've been lurking? Well, thank you so much for the lurk. I really appreciate it. You're so sweet. I done beated it. Yeah, they said, I could do Clock Tower again, but I was also thinking of doing the Capcom RPG Sweet Home. Somebody actually translated that, and it's kind of like it was used as the inspiration for Resident Evil. Lurked a bit before your nap. I appreciate the lurks, guys. Thank you. But this game was actually made by Chunsoft, which was the company Spike and Chunsoft joined to make Spike Chunsoft, and they made the game, the Danganronpa games. So this was one of their early games. Owari. We made it to the... Oh, thank you for the 10 likes. And I do appreciate all the donations. I think I need to make some lunch here soon. But yeah, holy crap, that was definitely an experience for sure. If you guys want to sit here and talk for a few minutes, I don't mind. Let me go ahead and get some music playing. Oh god, that's loud. Oh god, that's loud. I just turned it up by accident. How's the audio? How's the audio, guys? My ears. Hey, I hope you have a great day. Harold Trotter kid screaming. Better? Okay, good. Lobster, definitely get some rest. I'm glad you don't have to go to work tomorrow. That's good that you can get some more rest after your surgery. But yeah, I guess, I'm gonna go hydrate, get some lunch, feed my little Lulu baby. I just want to thank you all for the donations. Thank you, Daniel Stevens, for the very generous $100 donation. Thank you, Shara, for the $30 donation towards Lulu's vet bills. I will be sure to send that to my mother so that we can get stuff, you know, paid for. I'm scared to see how much the eye surgery is going to cost, but, you know, we'll bounce back. We always do. Get some rest, stay hydrated, take your meds. And I'll see some of you guys in the morning for some Animal Crossing, I guess. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you for being here, Lucy. I hope you have a good day. Thanks to everybody that liked and lurked. Thank you, A13, Harumi, I guess I'll see you for Ryan's stream later today too. Bye, everybody! Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to Tanux's stream. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all that stuff. Love you. Okay, bye.